first that feeling of, but they're alive. They have faces. They must have feelings. But I think there's no reason not to love a little stuffed animal. Especially as a child. It's good to have stories built around the things around you. Good to always have something you can come back to bring you comfort. And Mama Fox was very good at that. But anyway, she has a soft, short-haired snoot. Auburn fur. And a long tail with fluffy white and big old feet. And very good hugging arms. See? See, that's a very good hug. It's a very good hug. So that is Mama Fox. Next, we have this very handsome cat. I didn't play with this one much as a kid. I think I must have gotten it when I was older. I can't quite remember. It looks an awful lot like one that I had. That one was named Boots. Because it also had, instead of socks, we named it Boots. But this one, I don't know, seems a little more dignified with the bow tie and everything, you know. So, I think he deserves a more dignified name. Boots is adorable, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, something like Richard. I don't know. He deserves a handsome name. He is a handsome cat. Perhaps Peter. I think we're getting closer. handsome mustache. He's got the cutest little pink nose, made of thread. And he also has, it's less visible, but he also has a mouth in the shape of an upside down Y, but in pink. She's got blue eyes. He is, of course, a tuxedo cat with a white face and white paws. He does not have a little white tip on the end of his tail, it's just black. And otherwise, he is a very black cat, which is always adorable. We love black cats in this house. And again, he's got a distinguished bow tie. It is on the casual side, as it should be. Casual bow ties should come into fashion. That's what I think. He has a unique fur texture. You can see kind of in the reflection of the light. A little curly-haired cat. He is a very good cat. He gets chin scratches. Oh, he loves them. If this were my cat, she would be going by now. Maybe we'll get her on here. I'll write to you about her in a letter. Oh, hello, we have a fuzzy. A little green fuzzy just appeared in front of the camera. That was Peter the cat. Next, we have a manatee. I was a big fan of VeggieTales growing up, so I definitely picked this one up because of the silly song with Larry. Barbara Manity. It is my favorite. It is my favorite. If you aren't familiar with Barbara Manity from the silly song with Larry on VeggieTales, Larry is a cucumber, and he had a segment on every episode that was, and now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song. And in this particular silly song, he's on his couch watching a soap opera. Maybe just an actual opera because there was singing. Or maybe it was just a soap opera that had singing in it because it was a silly song with Larry. I'm not sure about the semantics, but it was a very silly song. And Larry the cucumber was just sitting on his couch, as cucumbers are known to do, and was watching a soap opera about a manatee who was in love with Bill and wanted him to take her to the ball, and was distraught to learn that he didn't know how to dance. I know, the trauma. Larry's heart couldn't stand it. Bob the tomato had to come in and cut him off. So this is Barbara. She's a beautiful shade of dark gray, just like a real-life manatee would be. She's very sweet. You see how she perches on my shoulder just perfectly? So sweet. Very cuddly. She has two little beady eyes. She has a couple of big old nostrils because she is a water mammal, so she has to be able to close her nose, to close her nostrils, so that she doesn't breathe in any water. And she doesn't have an outline of a mouth. It's kind of just part of the seam. It's not embroidered like it was on the fox and the cat. So it's more like the chubby cheeks that a manatee would have. Big old nose, big old snoot, with big old nostrils. And she has big flippers. Big old belly. And a fun little tail. With its unique manatee shape. That is Barbara Manatee. this Lassie, my Lassie, also has pointed ears. They're a little bit rounded off, not quite as pointy as a cat's or a fox's. She has beautiful, long snout that has that downward turn, a downward angle that a collie would have. She also has a hard plastic nose. Just a few bumps in the front. And she does have the outline of a mouth. It is not in the shape of a downward Y. It is more straight back. It is hard to see under the fur, but there is some black thread there, indicating a little mouth. She has a white face and a beautiful golden color on most of her coat. A white furry chest and white legs and paws. She also does not have a little white tip on the end of her tail. And you'll notice the end of the tail has been trimmed short. I did fancy myself a hairstylist as a child, and honestly still do. More hairstyling videos to come. But I would trim up any long hair that a stuffed animal or doll had. And I don't know, had fun with it. Always been into cosmetology. I think since your hair isn't alive, it doesn't have any nerve endings or anything, it's mostly just glorified waste, you know, something your body doesn't need anymore, and so it just, you know, gets rid of it. So you might as well use it for decoration, you know, it is just a way to decorate yourself. Might as well have fun with it. So, Lassie sits. Really, she lays down. She's so cute. The way she lays She is a very good dog. So that is Lassie. Next, we have yet another one with little beads. Not in the paws, but in the hooves this time. I don't remember what I named this one either. I have another horse that I'm pretty sure I named Bonita. I think that's after a Pokemon. I'm not sure. I never got super into Pokemon as a kid. My brother was really the gamer, and I was always player 2. I was always Luigi, Tails, Diddy Kong, and we had a lot of fun. But he got into Pokemon a little bit. I kind of just watched and didn't get into collecting Pokemon cards or anything. I didn't ever download Pokemon Go, though I do love seeing people still have fun with it. And I do love the concept of the virtual reality sheen on kind of a extra layer, a filter over reality. That's a lot of fun. So this, I want to say that I gave her some type of, cheesy generic name like Oreo. She's got the fur pattern for an Oreo, So, I think that might be her name. Carried her around a lot too. She's got not a whole lot of defining features on her face. It is more so just a general shape. Got kind of a rounded snoot. No big nostrils, no jumpers, no outline of a mouth. Just a horse face. She does have the 2 little beady eyes. And she's got little bitty pointy ears. She's got thick fur that is mostly brown, but with white spots and some black in her mane and her tail. And she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 black hooves used to weigh her down so that she'd stand sort of right side up. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 white spots on her brown fur. It is a beautiful mane. I don't think I trimmed this one. Still got a thick, full coat. And that is my sampling of my stuffed animals. Maybe we'll have a volume 2 of over-explaining my stuffed animals to you. Because I rather enjoyed this. And it's always nice to have a soft video. Every now and again. Until I write to you again.